Do you remember your school days when teachers would punish you for drawing pictures or singing songs in class, telling you to mind yourself and do some proper work instead? While these teachers might mean well, this insistence that learning facts is more important than flexing our creative muscle, it actually had a diminishing effect on our imaginations. See, this lack of appreciation for creativity is actually outdated. Today's companies are actively looking out for creative minds. And in fact, World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report rates creativity as one of those skills that will carry premium in years to come. Luckily, you can never lose your creativity entirely. It's always there. You just need to nurture it. And in this book, Tom has shared some really practical tips to flex your creative muscle. Now, someone may ask, what is creativity? So in simple terms, in simple words, it means using your imagination to create something new. I will repeat. Creativity simply means using your imagination to create something new. So it means not only does it include the work of artists, but also the work of more analytical types like CEOs or the computer programmers. Even if you haven't flexed this muscle for a while, it only takes a bit of training and hard work before you can make it strong again. See, let's take the example of an MRI technician, Doug. He struggled to find ways to make children feel safe when they were being scanned in one of those intimidating machines for MRI scan. But with the help of the authors, he was able to train his creative muscle in order to find a solution. So he completely changed the look and design of those machines to something very adventurous, like a pirate ship or a UFO and so on. So the kids then saw the experience of getting scanned as an exciting adventure rather than something dreadful. Hence, the author recommends design thinking. Now you may ask, what is design thinking? Design thinking is something which helps us identify human needs and create new solutions by thinking like design practitioner. For example, in order to redesign a series of kitchen tools, the author went out and talked directly with users who were experiencing problems such as senior citizens, elderly people at home, in order to find out what bothered them about the existing design of the tools. After that, the authors used the knowledge they gained to experiment with different solutions. So this was about the first suggestion, which is design thinking. Second recommendation from author is to allow yourself to fail in order to succeed. I will repeat. The second recommendation from the author is allow yourself to fail in order to succeed. See, sometimes when we are on our way to achieving our goals, our steps falter and they make us lose confidence, and we also feel like giving up. But this is exactly where the difference between success and failure lies. So the author very strongly recommends not to give up, and in fact get up and try again and then again and then again. It is because everyone fails. And in fact, Professor Simonton of the University of California, he found that those iconic creative geniuses, they didn't fail less, but actually more than others. However, rather than quitting, they learned to keep going. These creative geniuses, they actually learn from their mistakes and modify their next steps so that they come closer to their end goal. So if you want to be successful in your creativity, then you need to think like Edison. Because he very famously said, a failure is only a failure if nothing has been learned from it. I will repeat, a failure is only a failure if nothing has been learned from it. This was the second recommendation from the author, which is allow yourself to fail in order to succeed. And finally, a pretty actionable advice from the author again, which is to give your children the gift of creativity. The author very strongly recommends that if you want your kids to be able to think freely and creatively, then you will need to combat the messages they are getting in the school and society. Give them space to do things that are considered to be unrealistic. Let them paint outside the lines and let them fail so they can use that experience to develop their own novel solutions. So these were some of the key takeaways I had from this very practical book. I hope you enjoyed this book summary. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you and have a fantastic life.